Howdy there, people. I'm Admiral Vigilance, and we are here playing some Dragon Age Ordnance today. This will be partly no commentary, partly commentary. I will talk during some bits of this, but mostly I will not be talking because this game deals a lot in story and a lot of talking. This will be a solo series I'm going to be doing, so you can expect to be seeing these a lot. Today and Tuesdays. So Mondays and Tuesdays, we are doing a alternating schedule of this, and I believe Tom Clancy Rainbow 6 Vegas and Vegas 2. So you'll be seeing a lot of this on Mondays and Tuesdays, and a lot of Vegas, or Tom Clancy Vegases on Mondays and Tuesdays when we're not playing this. But anyways, let's get into it. This is part one of a big part of the series, so yeah, let's get into it. Side note, we will be playing the
DLC. Chantry teaches us that it is the hubris of men which brought the Darkspawn into our world. The mages had sought to usurp heaven, but instead, they destroyed it. They were cast out, twisted and cursed by their own corruption. They returned as monsters, the first of the Darkspawn. They became a blight upon the lands, unstoppable and relentless. The Dwarven kingdoms were the first to fall, and from the deep roads, the Darkspawn drove at us again and again, until finally we neared annihilation. Grey Wardens came. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings. The Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness, and prevailed. It has been 4 centuries since that victory, and we have kept our vigil. We have watched and waited for the Darkspawn to return. But those who once called us heroes have forgotten. We are few now, and our warnings have been ignored for too long. For I have seen with my own eyes what lies on the horizon. Maker, help us all.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. After that amazing cutscene, we are back into the crater, and we're going to see what they have for us. I've already decided, well, I decided this, but now that I saw that cutscene again, I'm really wanting to do a dwarf class. I might end up doing what I wanted to do and do an elf class, since I didn't really do elves that much. But what they have right now is there's 3 main races you can play from: human, elf, and dwarf. Humans and elves, they have all the classes available: warrior, mage, and then rogue. And then dwarfs, they don't have any magic abilities, but they do have resistance to a lot of magic. So they have the warrior and rogue. And then they also have 2 things. They have the noble, the commoner, which is basically the peasant, and then the noble. Elves have just, I think, the Danish elves, and then they have the city elf. Humans have the mage. Or no, they don't have the mage. Yeah, they have the mage, and they have the noble. And then mage is going to be for all the magic characters regardless. So there's a lot we can be doing. I think we are going to be playing, or it's not that we think, it is that we will. We will be doing all these, so that's a total, I believe, 2, 3, 4, I think 5. No, 5, 6. So that's about 6 things we'll be playing down here. We'll play all these backgrounds, so that's going to be a lot of videos for the channel. That makes me happy, and hopefully you guys will see that this game is fantastic. Let's see, what do we want to be? I usually always go warrior character just because some of the very heavy armor in this game are just fantastic, and it's just beautiful. They also look awesome. And I don't really play magic, even though magic is actually really needed for this game. Let's see. I've never played as a city elf, but I have played as a Danish elf. No, I have played as a city elf. It's just they have a I would say very boring start. It's just something about a wedding and stuff like that. Dwarf has always been my favorite to play, Dwarf Noble. I also haven't played the commoner. I love playing as the Dwarf Noble. It's just a fantastic storyline. So we might end up doing that. And then next we will play the commoner, and then we'll go to the elves. Then we'll do the humans last, because humans, they have a bit of an interesting storyline, which is actually, I would say, honestly, one of the best in this game. It really ties into the whole main campaign, or main story of this. So yeah, today we're going to be playing as the dwarf, noble at least. Let's do this. I don't really mess with any of this stuff, but I feel like if you do mess with it, it's not really the character, how the character is supposed to look. So we're just going to be playing as this guy. Let's change his name. Something. Let's see, what should our name be? You know what? Since Gingerbeard got me to buy this game again, we're going to be Gingerbeard Adukin. Gingerbeard Adukin. Damn, okay, we're Ginger Bear. Alright, fuck it, we're Ginger Bear Adukin. House Adukin. Alright, so we don't really need to have any magic ability. We won't do anything in magic. Can't move those down anyways. Willpower, we also won't have that. Cunning is something that really is good towards the late game, so we might have to focus a bit on that. It's good for certain things like trap building, stuff like that, herbalism to make potions. And then there's also cohesion. It basically allows you to convince people, get better deals. It's really good early off, and it's actually fantastic off. Well, it's not really fantastic late game because of how much money you earn. So we won't spend too much into it. I'll also get points into it. Dexterity. strength and dexterity, just so we can start dodging attacks. Constitution, if I remember, this is just health pretty much. Yeah, health, and then how much damage you can take, pretty much. So we'll keep that at 15. Yeah, I think that's good enough. And then here's the skills and stuff. Cohesion, basically it affects how people view you, and stuff like that. Strength contributes to more of an intimidating character, whereas cunning contributes to more of a persuasive character. So cunning is cunning is if you want to persuade people into giving you their shit, and then strength is if you want to break down a fucking door. I don't really pour into anything into stealing, because you can usually just have a rogue character that's pretty high in that. Trap building. I really haven't used trap making that much. It is more of like a... Honestly, the only part I've seen it being used as is when you're like really in the start. You get this quest which basically says go build as many traps as you can. You get gold for it. It's the only thing I've seen it used as. Survival is more like a detection thing. Like, so if there's because some of the main enemies are stealth characters, and so they can go invisible, and this will really help for that. Herbalism is just potions, stuff like that. Poison is just poisons and grenades, apparently. I haven't seen those in yet. This stuff, I think... Yeah, these are basically if you want to upgrade to a better tier weapon. So you get bigger armor, bigger weapons, stuff like that. Combat tactics I don't really use. Apparently, this is just... It just adds a set of slots, pretty much. So I won't be using those. So I think, because you can just get a mage to use these two. Actually, well, you can just get a mage to make this, and you can have a rogue to those. So we're thinking probably coercion. Because I don't really use stealing, because stealing can be used by a rogue. Bam, 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 rogue, mage, another rogue. These are a lot of rogue skills. Honestly, the only thing warriors need are this one and this one. Then mages are pretty much just herbalism and poison making. But rogue can pretty much do anything, so keep a rogue in your party and you should be fine. I'm going to get that. That's what I usually get. Because you're not really going to get third tier weapons and armor right off the bat. Alright, yep. Alright, I think that's good enough. And then on to these. I'm really thinking about doing maybe a weapon. I think a weapon and shield. But I do like dual wield. It is pretty decent. I know you can do a bit more damage with a not two-handed, but dual weapon. And I usually don't go two-handed because early off you can get a companion that's really good in this. And his main weapon is a two-handed greatsword, and that's good enough early game. Archery is more for rogues, and then these two abilities, or these set of abilities. It automatically starts us off with weapon and shield because that's more of the warrior background, while rogues are more dual weapon and archery. And then these are also warrior skills, but they're more for beefy warriors. I like being a tank more often, so I'm going to be I'm going to take more damage than I am. So probably that. It's either shield block, or I'm going to get one of these abilities. Powerful, just because we are going to be getting heavier armor, and we don't want to lose that fatigue. Or we will be getting more fatigue. And this is more of a Sustained ability where basically you are, as it says, sacrificing attack speed for a bonus to attack. So you're going to be doing a increased chance to do critical hits, and less attack speed. So let's do powerful. Just because once we start getting more equipment, it's going to be really heavy and stuff like that. Alright, that should be about it. Let's do this. We are Ginger Baird. Bear? Baird, yeah, Baird. Ginger Bear Idukan. House Idukan. Let's play. Yeah, let's play normal. I'm recording, so I don't want to instantly get pwned. But this game really, it's not that hard if you get a good squad pick. Because they give you a crap ton of characters in this, and we do have DLC, so we will be adding another character who I love using. So we won't really have to worry too much about that.
Deep beneath the Frostback Mountains sits Orzammar, the larger of two known remaining dwarven cities in the world. Orzammar was once the seat of a major empire connected by tunnels called Deep Roads, which stretched thousands of miles. The city now stands alone, cut off from the rest of the dwarven ancestral lands by the Darkspawn incursion. Secure in Orzammar's impregnable construction, the Dwarven noble houses continue their centuries-old power struggles. Assassination and blackmail are commonplace, but the appearance of honor is paramount. You are the second child of King Endron of House Idukan, the 9th Idukan ruler elected by the Noble Assembly. You grew up in a world rife with political intrigue, and have struggled against brothers and cousins for honor and prestige. Today, a feast celebrates your first military commission, the opening move towards real power in the ever-changing game of dwarven politics.
Greetings, my lord. You are dressed and ready. Excellent. I couldn't find the armor's matching dagger, but I scrounged up a rather fancy longsword. Do you wish to wear your shield to the noble's feast? Of course, if every other noble has a shield and 3 swords, you'll feel awfully underdressed. One can't take all this marching about and speech-making too seriously. Moving on to the business at hand. The king expects you to make an appearance at the feast, but there's no rush. The noble family heads will spend hours boring your father with petitions and petty grievances. The usual. This lord had my cousin killed, this lord seduced my wife, this lord did the exact thing I'd planned to do to him, but he did it first. They pose and bluster, and each pretends he is the honorable man in a den of thieves and assassins. Bah. The rest is worth seeing, though. As part of the celebrations, permits have been auctioned off to members of the merchant caste who wish to sell wares in the Diamond Quarter. Lord Harrowmont has also opened up the provings for young warriors to test their mettle before tomorrow's battle. Perhaps we should go show them what single combat is really all about. And by we, I mean you. I'll practice my cheering. Right behind you, my lord. The day is ours until the feast.
Alright. This is a tactical view, but I really don't play with it. Right. Start position and press pause. Yeah. I don't really use tactical view that much because, I don't know, I like this game in a third-person aspect. Real quick, let's go to our settings. I know some people are going to start complaining. And plus I love subtitles anyway, so I'm going to turn that on so you guys can read. I will be kind of talking over this stuff, kind of not. I don't know if I really use this. Maybe I'll keep that on, see what it does. I'm going to find a way to turn on. There we go. Turn off the tutorials. Don't need that. Save automatically. Perfect. 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 go ahead and save just in case. Save one. Great. Royal Palace. Nope, I can't spell. Palace. Save one. Really? S1. Go with this one to save one. Anyways, I was talking a bit over that, so what I will do for you guys, I'll just tell you what pretty much was happening. Pretty much, we are son of the king of Ozamar, one of the only dwarf kings left, and all that stuff. So we are royalty. This is our servant, manservant, kind of like a bodyguard, stuff like that. What else? We have 2 other brothers. We'll meet them shortly. And yeah, currently there's a feast going on. We're not going to go to the feast right away.
Very well.
But yeah, I'll shut up now and you guys can listen to this awesome storyline.
I am proud to serve the Idu.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Shall be done.
I'm sorry. I thought you were Prince Balin coming down the hall. Forgive me.
It seems she's one of your brother Balin's newest, companions. Prince Balin is attending the feast being held in Lord Iduken's honor.
Yes, of course. It was presumptuous of me to think that he would return to... I am sorry. I will show myself out, with your leave, my lord. Thank you. I will go now.
I am at your service. No sign of trouble. I am at your service.
Your father has allowed the merchants to show their wares in the Diamond Quarter during these celebrations.
I'm sure we can work this out reasonably. It's in the records. There's nothing I can do. Please, Master Volney. My work is accredited by the Shaper.
These books are lies written by the enemies of House Volney.
I write only what I find in the ancient records. Lord Iduken, you can vouch for my work, can't you? Your father loved my History of Iduken, Paragon King, Peacemaker.
This worm has written a book that slanders my house. It doesn't matter, it's all lies.
My work tells the stories of all those raised paragons in the last 500 years. When the Assembly names a paragon, that man or woman is then, by definition, everything one can aspire to be in the world. They form their own noble houses and are revered as living ancestors. But paragons start off as men.
Volney was more than a man.
Iduken was much loved, but he was still a man. He was plagued by melancholy, and his fervor regarding Orzamar's safety bordered on obsession. When Iduken was proposed as a paragon, only one lord in the Assembly objected. The others savagely hacked him to death. Iduken's motion passed without a single dissenting vote.
Unlike Volney, is that what you mean, old man?
Foley became a paragon by the narrowest margin in history. One vote. A vote mired in rumors of intimidation, intrigue, and outright bribery. The records of that vote are kept in the Shaperate and are a matter of fact. Not liking history doesn't make it any less true.
You're taking his side? What if he published a book like this about your paragon Iduken? You would not say so if it was your house, but I shall respect your wishes. For now, excuse me, Your Highness.
That fool has no idea how weak his house is or how low he sits in it. Shall I have him killed, my lord?
Well, historically, it has been prudent to eliminate a small threat before it becomes larger.
As you say.
You've shown House Iduken a friend to research, history, and the glory of our people. Of course, I have much to document and organize. Good day, Your Highness, and thank you.
Small bolt of cloth? That's outrageous. You certainly have some gall, merchant. What?
My lord, these are
Did you
servants
see those noble
dyed with the
hunters?
finest saffron and indigo and embroidered by skilled elven tradesmen. I've seen Prince Balin Iduken himself wearing a robe made of something quite similar.
So I pay your exorbitant price, only to end up looking like a poor imitation of Prince Balin. You'll get no...
Our trust follow, big brother. How surprising to run into you out among the common folk.
Especially since duty requires that you attend our King Father at the feast today. Have you so little respect for him to disregard his wishes on a day set aside for you?
Lord Harrowmont told me we wouldn't be needed for hours at least.
Silence! If I want the opinion of my sibling's second, I will ask for it.
Yes, Your Highness.
I speak to lower houses and castes as they should be spoken to. Now do as I say.
You're on your own. I've been dealing with him all afternoon.
What exactly is that supposed to mean, little brother?
Nothing, Trian. I've been having a great time. The speech you gave to the legless boy about hard work and making something of himself was fantastic.
As heir to the throne, it is my duty to impart wisdom and judgment upon those who need it. Now then, you, get to the feast. Stubborn, aren't you? When I'm king, I will help you get over that. Come, Balin.
That was fun. Nothing like being talked down to by the next king. We can only hope. Perhaps we should get going.
But that's not what I meant, my lord. My lord!
What about that one?
I doubt he's up to the task. I'm not going down that road again.
What have we here? Two handsome, strapping, noble lords. You both look so grand.
And isn't this the man of the hour, the king's son?
Who's your friend, my lord? Another noble from the honored House Iduken?
But not from a noble house, girls. Sargorum, warrior caste.
Oh, that's too bad. Quite handsome.
They're noble hunters, my lord. A man takes his caste from his father, and these women hope to bear a noble lord's son. If one is successful, she's raised up to concubine in the noble house to care for her child. It provides new sword arms for the house, and many nobles look favorably on such women.
You're the most appealing, obviously. A noble from the best house there is. Handsome, too. Are you interested in a bit of bedded diversion?
I don't know. What should we do, guys? Should we have a little bedded diversion? Or should we just say not interested? Let's flip a coin. Do you have a coin? I don't have a coin. Alright, we'll flip this thing. lands on its top, we will have some diversion. If it lands on the bottom, we will not. Alright, looks like we are not having... Oh, wait, no. That's its top. Alright, well, here we go.
Shall I come to your chambers after the ceremony, then?
I talked to him first. I want him.
He's looking for a woman, Telly, not a little girl. I'm Marty, and I know how to give my lord a night he'll remember.
Yeah, we're already in the hole. Might as well go deeper.
Oh, my lord has his energy about him.
There will be no 3 to a bed, if that's what you're thinking. We both require full experiences all to ourselves. If you think you can manage us both, though...
Deeper in we go. Here we go.
This should prove most interesting. We will wait for you together, my lord, and show you the proper way to celebrate a princely commission.
You'd think in real life that would cause much of an issue.
Greetings, my lord Idugan. I am so honored to have you visit my booth. I have a proposition, but I dared not approach.
Yet you dare now. Very well then, speak.
Yes, just so. Here's the thing. What I mean to say is... Sorry. So nervous. I had a dagger made for you as a gift for your first command. Sent a messenger to deliver the dagger to you. Prince Trian had him thrown out. I don't know what offense he caused, but I had him beaten severely. Here it is, your highness.
That's an amazing piece, merchant.
You do me much honor, sir. The blade has been crafted over a period of 2 years by masters of every art. I wish to bless the Lord's first command, and hope that someday, when he rules, he will wear it.
Trian is heir. He will rule when King Endrin returns to the stone.
If the Assembly wills it. Forgive me, sir, but whispers say the second child of Endrin will be chosen.
Whispers indeed. It's a princely gift. If Trian recognizes it, though, it may send the wrong message. Or the right one, depending on your view.
Thank you. You bring uncountable honor to me.
What he means is that you'll bring uncountable gold to him if you wear that piece in public.
I believe this is the dagger. I will show it off to you guys, but I'm not going to be able to use it. Or not going to use it. I believe it is a magic dagger. Yep, it's a magic dagger. I'll use it since we're going to the proving grounds. If I need to change, I'll change.
My lord, are you heading to the proving arena?
Let's be a dick.
You are not to address the Lord Idukan and the spoken to first.
Forgive me, Sir Gorham. I meant no offense.
Back to your duties.
But sir, this is my duty. I am to escort our new commander to the proving grounds.
I clean forgot about that. Forgive me, I should have informed you sooner. The king decided you were not to travel through the commons unguarded.
Will we be leaving then? We are at your command.
Your Highness, it is an honor to have you here. Have you come to watch these brave warriors do battle in your honor? Your Highness, this proving is in your honor.
Then honor him by doing as he says. My Lord Idukan will fight in this proving.
Of course,
It is well within your rights.
Men and women of Orzammar, we have a late entry to these provings, held on the eve of battle for the honor of House Idukan. I give you the Lord Idukan himself. Are you ready for your first match? Then let us begin! This is a glory proving, fought under the watchful eyes of the Paragons of Orzammar, for the honor of House Idukan. Lord Idukan will fight Aler Bimo, youngest son of Lord Bimo.
You honor me with this match.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight!
Enemies approaching!
That was quite a fight. Aler Bimo is no slouch with that hammer. Are you ready for your next opponent? Adal Helmi, a woman, Your Highness. She's a tenacious fighter. Excellent. Let us go. This is a glory proving, fought under the watchful eyes of the Paragons of Orzammar, for the honor of House Idukan. Lord Idukan will fight Adal Helmi, eldest daughter of Lady Helmi.
Honor and glory to your house, Your Highness.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight!
I shall do it.
The winner is Lord Idukan. That was a crowd pleaser. Many were waiting to see that woman put in her place. Sir Blackstone is your next opponent. Are you ready to face him? One of the best of the warrior caste. He achieved glory in close combat assault in the deep roads. Then let us begin! This is a glory proving, fought under the watchful eyes of the Paragons of Orzammar, for the honor of House Idukan. Lord Idukan will fight Sir Blackstone, deep-throat squad leader of the warrior caste.
This is your education, child. Try to learn as you bleed.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight! Well done. You have proven that even the best of the warrior caste cannot match a noble Idukan. Franlin Ivo is your final opponent. He too has had many victories today. Are you ready to face him, or will you rest first? He is a decorated fighter who prefers unusual weapons and rarely fights with the same techniques twice.
House Ivo is relatively inconsequential, but Franlin may change that. He's expected to take a full command of his own soon.
Very good. This is a glory proving, fought under the watchful eyes of the Paragons of Orzammar, for the honor of House Idukan. It is down to just 2 warriors, with backbones of stone and wills of iron. They have defeated all others this day. Lord Idukan will fight Franlin Ivo, second son of Lord Ivo.
You fight well. I wish you glory today and glory tomorrow.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. The victor is champion. Fight! Congratulations! Franlin Ivo is as fierce a competitor as I've ever seen. You vanquished every warrior of note in today's proving. The ceremonial helm, commissioned by your father for today's winner, is yours. Your glory honors every warrior here.
Ooh, I can't even wear it? What? Alright. I won't wear it.
My lord. Your wish is our command.
Alright. It's off to the feast now. Let's get the shot. So let's toggle this It's actually a nice feast. There's a few quests, but they're pretty small. We'll handle those. Move on to the main.
Look, the Grey Wardens are here.
Might I
Raid tomorrow must be more than a standard mission. The Wardens only go where the Darkspawn are the greatest threat.
Many thanks for your willingness to hear me out, my lord. I wish to speak to you of a matter most urgent. There is a vote coming before the Assembly next week. And a word from you could go a long way towards helping our cause. The vote concerns the status of the so-called surface caste. Lost to the stone, air-touched, and so forth. Centuries ago, narrow-minded men declared that any dwarf who left to live on the surface forfeited his caste, and his house if noble. That he was, in essence, no longer a dwarf. I seek only to remedy an injustice, to retie the bonds of anyone who can trace himself to one of the noble houses wherever he may live. Please, agree to speak for this noble cause. Those on the surface are our lifeline. They facilitate trade with the surface. They're honorable and... there is a vote coming. Let's be honest. I don't care a whit for those who have wandered from the stone. My wife, however, is a gem of a different color. She has a cousin, a useless sort, but she's quite fond of him. He joined a speculative venture to the surface, hoping to make his fortune, and went bust. Now he wishes to come home, but he cannot, for he has no house and would be casteless. For my wife's sake, I take up his cause. Will you lend me your voice? I keep my ears to the stone, my lord. I hear many things, some of which could be a great help during your mission tomorrow. A little forewarning to help your forearming, if you know what I mean. When your father presents you to the noble wretch, I sincerely hope for your opinion on the matter. You have merely to say that you feel our surface brothers should be returned their noble rights. What could be more simple?
Greetings, my lord Idukan. It is an honor to meet you at last. I have had the opportunity to recently meet with your father. He speaks highly of you. He says you may be the most skilled warrior in all of House Idukan. I have no doubt it is deserved. We need more Grey Wardens like you, and quickly. Even as the Darkspawn weaken here in Orzammar, they are stirring on the surface. A blight has begun. Soon the fight must go beyond the deep roads, lest the Darkspawn threaten all the world. Alas, I do not think he would take kindly to that suggestion. As the child of the king and heir after Lord Trion, your place is here. You know of our dedication to destroying the Darkspawn, our frontline presence during a blight. What else would you know? Over the centuries, many dwarves have made names for themselves in our order. These days, however, there are fewer dwarves and thus even fewer dwarven Grey Wardens. A pity, since dwarven warriors have the most experience fighting Darkspawn. Being a Grey Warden means abandoning all ties to your old life. It means dedicating yourself to destroying the Darkspawn. Truly? Then I will speak to your father after tomorrow's battle. I have my doubts he will relent, but there is always hope. Until then, good luck to you. Show the Darkspawn what your people are made of.
You're a fool.
I'm sorry, but that was funny.
Your mother would melt the stone if she knew what you just did. Lord Dace is playing you false. Go ahead, be his puppet. Your first command will be marked by every major house turning their back on you. Last spring, a guild from the Merchant caste invested heavily in an expedition with a guild from the surface. Lord Dace backed the Merchant Guild, pouring a great deal of money into the venture. The expedition was a disaster. Clever child. Lord Dace lost a great deal of money and prestige. The Surface Guild has no way to repay the investment, but it does have several leading members who are descended from noble houses. House Helmi, Bimo, I Dukin. You begin to see the whole picture. Your house and mine would be forced to pay the Surfacer's kin debts. It would be a great victory for Lord Dace. If you call his bluff, then you lose your chance to turn the tables. Let him think he has you. Smile and nod, and when he asks his question, tell him that the so-called Surface caste are right where they belong. That should take Lord Dace down a peg or two. Good. Your house's reputation hangs in the balance.
You return. Were my instructions unclear? What would that do, besides get you cast into the deep roads or put down like a beast? Are you upset about something? I suppose it could. I mean, well, it's the spirit of the law that's important, right? Our poor, disenfranchised service brothers. Well played, Your Highness. Welcome to Assembly politics. Now, if you'll excuse me... You've won. Don't be stupid about it.
You forget who you're speaking to. This is the guest of honor and child of the First House of Orzammar.
For now, we shall see what the future holds. Trian's grasp on the throne is in no way certain, and much can happen before then. Now let me be.
Lords, ladies, our Lord Idukan has challenged the honor of Lord Dace.
What's this? My son is already testing his reach?
Fantastic. I thought tonight would be all talk and drink.
My lord, are you sure you wish to do this? You realize that it is Lord Dace's son, Mandar, a formidable duelist, who will defend the honor of House Dace in approving.
Three-time champion of the Great Provings, much decorated and heir to House Dace.
Very well. There is to be a proving, then.
Let the ancestors judge who has the right of their cause.
To the proving grounds!
Men and women, lords and ladies, may I have your attention, please? We are gifted to have in our presence the Lord Idukan, in whose honor today's provings were fought. Today, House Idukan makes a challenge of honor against House Dace. These two brave combatants have come to prove the righteousness of their causes. The proving begins now! an end. Mandar Dace has been found wanting by the ancestors, and House Dace is guilty of dishonoring House Idukan.
This is my fault. My son has died defending my honor.
I am sorry for your loss, Ronus. It was the ancestors' will.
Yes, the ancestors. I'm sorry. Excuse me, my king.
May House Edukan grow in strength and power.
Your father is very...
When he mistimed that backswing, I knew he was going down.
Poor bastard. Still, couldn't wish it on a nicer house.
Well put. Our new commander taught House Dace a serious lesson.
The hour is late. These Deshers have waited patiently, as have the Grey Wardens. Are you ready to be presented to the heads of the noble houses? So dutiful. Very well, let us begin. Lords, ladies, grant me a moment of your time. We are here today so I may present to you my second eldest child, blessed by the stone and born of the blood that ran in the veins of the Paragon Idukan. Who would pose a question to the prospective commander? Who seeks to know the prospect better? No? Very well then. The ritual is complete. I give you Orzammar's next commander. Tomorrow, our newest commander will lead part of a mission to strike a great blow to the Darkspawn. Not only does this recover access to some of our most important mines, but it also allows our honored guest Duncan, head of Ferelden's Grey Wardens, to strike far into the deep roads.
Thank you, King Endrin. While the Darkspawn seem to withdraw, it is only because they are massing on the surface. This could mean a blight, and my men and I will discover the truth.
We are honored to have you with us, my friend. Now, feast, drink, and celebrate, for the morning brings battle! As for you, my new commander, find your brother Trian and send him to me. He may be watching the provings, or getting some rest in his rooms. Walk well, Commander.
It has begun. So you're a commander now, in name at least. Shouldn't you be attending our King Father? Of course he does. We must discuss strategy before tomorrow's battle. Balin, stay here and stroke the new commander's conceit if you like. But then get to bed.
All day I've put up with that. He can really grate on the nerves. And what I'm going to tell you next won't make you any more fond of him. Big brother, Trian is going to try to kill you. I overheard him giving orders to some of his men, and I was shocked. Then it began to make sense. Trian's decided you're a threat to his taking the throne. Maybe he's right. He fears what you are becoming, in the eyes of the people and the Assembly. Trian's the named prince, but only the Assembly can proclaim a king. It would be unusual for the Assembly to ignore the king's choice, but it does happen.
The founder of House Bimo became a paragon and king in one move from the Assembly, and he was a commoner.
That was an extraordinary case, but at least a half-dozen times the Assembly named a lesser family member, or even someone from another house, as king. Usually, it's the popular younger brother of an undesirable prince. Look at it from his perspective. You're more personable than he's ever been. You slaughtered the heir to House Dace, one of the most powerful houses in Orzammar, because his father dared to challenge your house's honor. If you win glory against the Darkspawn tomorrow, it will only strengthen the case for you as the next heir. Trian Veer's father will replace him on the spot. If not, the Assembly will surely turn against him when father dies. You know his pride will never allow him to step aside. It seems Trian has shown that brothers can't always be trusted. I am next in line. If Trian succeeds in his plot against you, how long do you think I'll live?
Permission to speak freely? Trian would make a terrible king, but no one wants to say it. He has just enough backing in the Assembly to make it ugly when your father dies, but not enough to become king. Killing him now makes your house stronger and saves a great deal of bloodshed later.
Very well. I'll keep my eyes open. I don't want to lose the brother I actually like. You're welcome. I'm taking your place as father's second, so I'll be at hand tomorrow. For now, try to get some sleep.
Let's go. You don't want to keep those lovely ladies waiting.
Trian and his men will clear the way for the Grey Wardens to descend into the easternmost caverns. Those caverns are still infested by the worst of the Darkspawn. We cannot risk our own troops in there.
Understood, Lord Haramond. We should be able to sense the Darkspawn and avoid them once the way is open.
May the Paragons favor you, and the stone catch you if you fall.
Come then! Glory awaits!
Balin, you and your men will second the king, clearing the main road.
Don't you think it looks a little cowardly to allow these humans to take our place where the fighting is thickest?
Are you questioning the battle plan?
Of course not. I'm sure your caution is for the glory of us all.
Enough, Balin. Take your men and make ready. Haramond and I need to have words with your sibling.
Good luck, my brother.
Your father has a special mission for you.
In the eastern deep roads, there is a secret door carved into the stone.
The door leads to a Taig, abandoned long ago by your ancestors. The Darkspawn have made it impossible to reach.
My father believed that the shield of the Paragon Aeducan remains in that Taig, under the stones of the central room. Reclaim the shield, and glory will be yours.
We've sent 2 scouts ahead to make sure the tunnels are cleared. But be careful. One of the scouts will meet you at the first crossroads you come to. The second will be further in. When you get to the door, use your signet ring to open it. Questions? Very good. The crossroads where you meet the first scout will be the rendezvous point. There you can present the shield to the lords and demonstrate the strength of Aeducan.
May the ancestors watch over you, my child.
You can
it, Commander. Did you run afoul of any Darkspawn? Still, that was more than we expected. Once I finished scouting the tunnels, I hid here to avoid the Darkspawn. Most tunnels are dead ends. The one we want is swarming with those fiends. It's going to be a fight. I was, indeed. Would that I had been good enough to beat you. May today's battles bring us even more glory. I'll take rear guard. Shall we move?
Shall be done.
You're here. I thought the Darkspawn had got you for sure. And I'll make sure I'm behind you if we're swarmed. We want the tunnel ahead, but there are Darkspawn tracks all over it. Be careful. I haven't ventured more than 100 yards ahead for fear of alerting other Darkspawn. I'll follow your lead, Commander.
That hurt. Gonna get it up. There. Yeah, there's a lot of traps in here. I did not come across them when we first came in. We hit the one tripwire. We hit the one tripwire. Nothing else. Right. Even my luck.
shall be done. I believe I took a bad shot in that fight.
Looks like someone beat us to the door.
This Darkspawn body is still fresh. Whoever opened the door is most likely still in there. It could have been stolen, recently, or generations back. Or it could be an ambitious cousin out for his own glory.
Understood. Let's move, men.
So glad you could finally join us. We feared you'd gotten eaten by Darkspawn. Turns out the shield isn't quite as easy to retrieve as I was led to believe. I wager you know where it is, though. So maybe you tell me where it is, and I won't mutilate your body so bad your father doesn't recognize you. I'm your better, that's who. And as to how I got in, that's a question you'll have to ask the stone after I butcher you. Now where's the shield? Bit for bite, huh? Both of us banking on killing the other and losing nothing by the telling? Very well. One of Prince Trian's men brought me this ring. It opened the door just fine. Now where is the sodding shield? Just kill them, boys. We'll find this shield on our own.
Enemies approaching! Watch out! I'm going to make this quick! As you say.
Show them!
I'm sorry. I was not able to see the end of it.
Debating whether to take this ring, because I know if I do take this ring, something will actually indeed happen later on.
Shall be done.
The ring. In fact, I do want to have that little bit of story. That's the reason why I'm not taking the ring, is because there's a reason. You guys will find out later.
As you say. I shall do it. It has begun.
How do we get the shield? You two, see if you can spot anything. It seems some of these tiles are different from the others. That's it. We've got it.
Doesn't look like much. The skill of our crafters has come far since then. But still, the Shield of Iduken.
I can feel it. It's inspirational.
You say so. It's just a shield. Back in the direction we came from, at the crossroads.
To the crossroads.
Ah, fuck it, I'll pick up the subject. It's not really too much that happens. Or unless it teleports you back. If it teleports you back.
Be more of those mercenaries.
Right behind you! Damn you!
As you say.
Away with you!
We got it.
Speed to level up.
It has begun.
Right, I'm debating, so give me a minute, and I'll think. Alright, yeah, fuck it, take it. Maybe. Alright, now. We're gonna leave it. Might as well equip the new shield while I'm at it. Oh, wait, do I not have the shield? thought I put it. Oh, it's alright.
If Trian were really scheming against us, this would be the perfect place for an ambush. We've got the shield, and we're all alone out here. Of course.
What's that you're muttering about? Uh-huh. All right, then.
Man, apparently they are already dead. That sucks. I really want to get the XP for killing these guys.
By the stone, it's Trian!
It must have been a Darkspawn attack.
This doesn't look like Darkspawn. No bites, no scratches, no mutilation.
Someone's coming.
Hurry, Father, before it's too...
By all the ancestors, what has happened here?
It seems we weren't fast enough. Valand was right.
My son, tell me this isn't what it looks like.
Just long enough to slay Trian.
My lord is innocent.
Sir Gorham, your loyalty makes you a useless witness. It falls to others to tell the story. You, Scout, what happened here?
Trian and his men were here early. It seems they'd done battle with the Darkspawn. Lord Iduken came up to them all friendly-like, but when we got close, he ordered us to attack.
It is a valid question. The man is low-born and could easily be bought.
Frandlin Ivo, you are a good and noble man. Did the scout speak the truth?
He did, my lord. It was terrible. Prince Trian didn't stand a chance.
You treacherous bastard!
Silence, Gorham! Do you have anything else to say, my son? I want to believe that. I really do.
Find him. He will be judged before the Assembly. To Orzammar.
Got 10 minutes, sir. Orders and all. You understand?
Of course. Leave us alone, will you, please? My lord, I would have come sooner had they allowed it. How are you? The Assembly isn't going to call for you. Balin has taken Trian's place in the Assembly. He introduced a motion to condemn you immediately, and it easily passed. He had fully half the Assembly ready to vote on something completely against tradition and justice. He must have been making deals and alliances for months, if not years. I'm afraid so. Some of the lords, especially Harrowmont, are suspicious of Balin's instant rise to power. They are rallying, but far too slowly. The Assembly has already sentenced both of us. I am to be exiled to the surface, but you're to be sealed in the deep roads to fight Darkspawn until you are overwhelmed and killed. Lord Harrowmont says the king is taken ill. He couldn't bear losing 2 of his children at once. Lord Harrowmont gave me access to see you so I could tell you this. Duncan and the Grey Wardens are still in the deep roads, in tunnels connected to those you are to be left in. If you survive long enough to find the Grey Wardens, you may be able to escape with Duncan. The Grey Wardens don't care about a person's past. They recruit for daring, intelligence, and martial power. If you can find them, I'm sure you can join them and escape the deep roads. They're down there somewhere. It's just a matter of surviving long enough to track them. I begged to go with you and fight at your side, but Balin's pet nobles wouldn't hear of it. I'm going to try to go to Denerim, the human capital. If you make it out, find me. I will always be your man, my Lord Idukan.
They are ready for you now. Here is the prisoner, Lord Harrowmont.
Having been found guilty of fratricide by the Assembly of Orzammar, you are hereby sentenced to exile and death. Your name is from this point forward stripped from the records. You are no longer a person, nor a memory. You are to be cast into the deep roads with only sword and shield. Dare to redeem your life by fighting the enemies of Orzammar until your death. Do you have anything to say before the sentence is carried out? I understand your anger. You should have been allowed to defend yourself. Had I the power to stop this, I would have. Look me in the eye and tell me you didn't do this. For your father's sake. I believe you. That means Balin planned this from the start. Believe me, I will spend the rest of my days making sure Balin does not profit by his deeds. Your father asked me to give these to you. This sword and shield are of fine dwarven make. Strike a blow at our enemies. He is old, and this tragedy has hit him hard. He will rest better now, though, knowing the truth. I will. Open the doors and let the condemned walk through. May the stone accept you when you fall.
shall be done. As you say. Shall be done. Very well. Shall be done. As you say. Very well. Our skill has won the day.
Die here. Inevitably, we'll do the first step. Damn. Alright, load last save. It's gonna be a while. Rip, that's fun. Alright, well, I guess we're gonna end it here. Yeah. That was, uneventful as hell. Yeah, I guess, that was fun. We didn't really get to the point where we got to, but we got pretty damn close. So, next time... Which next time recording will be sometime... Actually, I probably will do a recording tomorrow, so no need to wait for this. I do apologize for that ending there. That was kind of shitty. But anyways, you guys have a wonderful night, and I'll see you next time in Dragon Age.